Hey, it's the Sketch Monkey here with a brand new sketching video for you, and in this video we're gonna talk about markers and the different type of papers that you can use when sketching with markers. We're gonna talk about the cheap printing paper and see how that absorbs the alcohol markers and if you actually can use it to blend with, and we're gonna compare that to the to the more expensive marker paper and see. I just want to show you the difference, and you yourself can make up your mind whether you want to go with the cheaper version or the more expensive marker paper. So let's jump into the sketching. Now, before we get into the sketching part, just make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. That way you get notified when new videos are uploaded every single week. Alright guys, let's do it. So here we have, I'm gonna do this side by side. So here we have the print paper, which is super cheap. You buy this in bulk. I think you know they come in a package that that's this thick, and you pay, I don't know, it's very cheap anyway. And this is a letra set, I think, marker paper pad. And the difference to start with is that I think you can see it if I just tilt the pads a little bit like this, is that this is more glossy and it feels more it has a bit of a glide to it, where this is a bit like sandpaper. Well, not that much like sandpaper, but you can feel that there is some more friction to this, and that's actually why I prefer print paper over marker paper. These are the markers that we're going to be using today. Found a few red Copic markers, and these are the sketch style of Copic markers, which have the rounded, like an oval, and not these standard Copics, which are kind of fat to just sketch with. I think these feels way better in the hand when you're sketching. And they also have the Copic Chow, which is the tiny, even smaller version of this. But this is kind of in the middle, feels great. So what I like to do whenever I start with the markers is to always start with the lightest shade of whatever color you're using. So in this case that would be I guess this one. And let's say that we want to, actually I'm gonna move this for now just so we have some more space. There we go. Let's say we want to shade a bit of a box like this. So we want to go from light, which is going to be in the top here, and this marker is obviously starting to go dry, so I have to fill this up soon. I think it's gonna work for this. So you don't really need, how many markers is this? 5 markers. You can use 2 even. If you only have 2, that's fine, but for this experiment here I'm gonna use at least 3. So the next step is going a step darker, and I would say that's this one. That's the E07. And now I'm gonna start with this from the bottom, and keep in mind that I'm using regular print paper here, and just do the same thing, maybe halfway up, something like that, and then we can go over it one more time. I'm going from side to side using the broad tip. As you probably already know, these ones have a fine tip as well, so it's a brush tip which is flexible like that, which I never use, but I guess it's useful when you do character designs and stuff like that and you want to go into the fine details. So the next step would be, I think we've used these 2 so far. So now we want to add a third layer. So I'm gonna use pretty much the same, but I think this one is a bit lighter, so I'm gonna go with that one. So these are the ones we're using for this test. And same thing here, I'm gonna start with the broad tip, and I'm gonna start from the bottom, go from side to side. Actually, this wasn't even barely any darker than the other one. So what you want to do now, when you have all your shades down, you see this sharp line here. The thing with print paper is that it's hard to go back now and blend this. It's kind of hard. I mean, you can do it if you stick with it long enough, but you're gonna ruin the paper as well, because it can't absorb that much ink at a time. So after a while, if you go over print paper too many times, you're gonna start to get the fibers are gonna come loose, and it's gonna look really nasty. For me, I think this works perfectly. It's not a big deal if you don't use marker paper. I'm gonna show you now how small of a difference it actually is when you're using marker paper compared to this. So let's jump in here. I'm gonna keep that sketch up there, so we have the reference live. I think you can see it, right? So we're gonna go back to the first shade, which was the lighter shade of red or whatever this is, orange, and make the same. And gonna start from the top here. And just by feeling this paper, it's like it's on ice. It's like I'm sketching on an ice surface, because the friction isn't there as you have with the marker paper. And just the overall distribution of the color is way smoother, which I guess, I mean, it's up to you what you prefer. I think it's almost too smooth, which is why I really prefer this kind of paper. So now we're gonna go into the second shade, which is the E07, and I'm gonna start from the bottom this time. Go from side to side, and don't worry about not staying within the lines. It's not a big deal. You can always go back and clean this up later. And then back to the darkest shade that we're gonna be using. Same thing here, start from the bottom. Not really, I wish I used the other darker ones, but it's fine. So here's the big difference with marker paper compared to regular print paper. When we go back and we want to blend, blending is just super easy when it comes to marker paper. You can go over it as many times as you want. It's not gonna get saturated, the paper, with the ink, so you're not gonna have problems with the fibers of the paper coming off and stuff like that. You can blend for as long as you want. There we mixed the what's it called, the sharp gradient that was right here. We turned that into a gradient by just going over with the first lightest shade of marker that you had. And here's another reason you might want to be using marker paper instead of print paper. If we go over this too many times, you're gonna ruin your sketchbook or whatever. So I usually have just a crap paper with a lot of mess on it that I have under the marker sketch when I'm using print paper, just so I don't waste too much paper. So that's the biggest difference between the marker paper and the print paper, is the how many times you can go over the paper with the marker before it starts to ruin the marker. It's indefinitely. That's the word. You can do it as many times as you want with marker paper, but you're limited when it comes to print paper. So you gotta be more careful of where you put markers and how many times you go over the same area. And I've also got a lot of questions when it comes to Bic lines or any pen lines. People having trouble with the bleeding, and that's unfortunately going to happen even if you use print paper or marker paper. It doesn't really matter. It's still going to bleed. The only markers that I know that don't bleed when you go over with a marker are the Chart Pack markers, but the problem with those is that they smell like crazy. So if you're gonna be using those, you might want to consider getting a gas mask or something like that, so you can actually breathe and not pass out while you're sketching. When I was in university, we had a lot of people using those Chart Pack markers, and we had to keep the windows open, just so people would not pass out from people using those. But I mean, they don't bleed, and it doesn't bleed. I mean, if you do like this, if you go over the sketch very fast, like I do now, then it's not a big problem. But when you start to go over it several times, let's see if we can get it to bleed here. It looks pretty good so far. I mean, if you go crazy with the marker, I guess it's going to start bleeding. Usually I don't have a big problem with that, with the big pen bleeding. Let's add some reflections to this now that we're on it. Let's make that more of a glossy surface. There we go. And let's do the same on the marker paper just to keep this video a bit consistent, or whatever you want to call it. So do the same thing here. Add the rectangle and some line shading in here. Great. And start again with the, I think we used this one. I think we did. I'm not 100% sure, but we're gonna be using it now anyway. I actually think the big lines or pen lines bleed more on marker paper. The surface is so slippery that the big lines don't really stick to the paper. That's what it looks like anyway right now when I'm doing the exact same lines, and I'm not going over it more times here than I did on the print paper, but it still seems to be bleeding more than the print paper. Just trying to make this look like the print paper. Have a sharp reflection in here. So that's about it. That's the difference between, the main differences between print paper and marker paper is you need to be careful how many times you go over the paper when you're using print paper, but you don't have to care about that when you're using marker paper. And also marker paper, if you're using big pens or any kind of pens, you want to go easy on that when you're sketching and go over with markers, because they seem to be more bleed when you're using marker paper and big pen than if you're using print paper. So that's it for this tutorial. I'm gonna go in and just render these to a bit more because I'm having too much fun right now. But if you have any questions regarding this, or any suggestions on recommendations or whatever on future videos, if you're struggling with anything specific, just let me know, and I might be able to make a video on that specific topic. If you like this kind of videos, as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. You're gonna get new videos every single week. It's crazy, so don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time, guys. Take it easy.